Hello, Fab Fam. Welcome back to my channel. I am Coach Latrice from Afflicted and Fabulous, where we encourage women to live a faith-filled and fabulous life while learning to and living with their diagnosis. So today we're just going to quickly run through part 2 of journaling for your health. In today's video, we're going to talk about ways to journal. So I know some people are like, journal, you just write it down. Yeah, but sometimes folks need a little bit of help figuring out how to actually do that. I know I did when I first started journaling in general. So anyway, we're going to dive in so I don't make this too long. Okay, so here's the health and wellness journal that I created shortly after I decided to start coaching. It was a challenge from my coach, and I thought it was a great idea because at the time my notes were all over the place, and I needed a way to encapsulate all of my health and wellness things so it'd be easy to use. So anyway, here's the journal. It includes a letter from myself about how we got here. It includes a sample page of how to complete the journal, and it has a monthly calendar, and this is an example of how to complete it, and then a note page. It is a 90-day journal, so there's 3 months worth of inserts. Here's the first month. At the end of each month, you get the monthly page and the notes page for your appointments or anything you want to discuss, and then another 30 days repeat and all the way to the end. So basically, like I said, if we want to record our symptoms, our medicines, our movement, and our mindset. So in here, we're just documenting the date, what day of the week it is. That's up to you. Medication that was taken, any movement that I did. So for example, I did yoga for 20 minutes that day. Any symptoms I had, muscle spasm, pain, stiffness, the pain level. This was that fifth thing I said I included in my journal, the encouraging scripture or mantra for the day, just so I stay connected to God and my faith as I go through this journey of living with the diagnosis. This scripture is Psalms 10:17. You, Lord, hear the desire of the afflicted. You encourage them and you listen to their cry. This is the NIV version. And then you write a little blurb about how your day went, some of the things you experienced, any successes or stumbles you had as it related to your diagnosis. And these are good notes to put in place. Like I said, for yourself, for your physician, for your employer, anything you need that for. A just for me D to remind you to do something for yourself, even though we should be caring for ourselves always. Sometimes you need a little something extra, and then a gratitude, what I'm grateful for the day. And it could be one or many things. And again, like I said, this is a 90-day journal, pretty simple, self-explanatory. And that is available on the website, which should be active this weekend. I know I keep saying that. Been hitting some glitches, but me and my daughter are getting that taken care of today. This is my current journal. I am working on, so what I had done before was cut mine out the binding because I like this bound, y'all. And what I did was take, oh my goodness, did I separate it? Oh, it's in my old one. Yeah, it's in the old one. But what I did was cut this out and just stick it inside a disc bound planner. So basically, this is my new setup. I am working on getting this out, just testing it to make sure it works. So there'll be multiple versions, but it's the same thing. My scripture or Bible verse or mantra for the day. My medicine, I added another one because I realized that people can take them AM, midday, evening, and bedtime. The movement for the day, pain level. I also added energy level because that makes a difference. Symptoms that I had for the day. I journaled about the day, what I did for myself, and my gratitude. So I'm still doing the same thing, just a different format. So my point is you can journal in anything. What my mom does, I saved an example of that, and I started doing it as well, is she keeps a monthly calendar. She just has a 12-month calendar that she can drop in her purse. We take it to the doctor with us, and that's where she documents her glucose levels for the morning and the evening and her blood pressure for the day. So she'll put all that in there. When we go to the doctor, she can just open the book and see what her numbers were looking like over the previous months prior to her appointment. This is an excellent way to document. I know a lot of people don't use a monthly in their planners, so this is one way you can use your monthly if you only use the weekly in your planner. Another way to journal, I have some examples in here, is in a weekly planner. When I have a portable weekly planner, I list what I'm going to do for the day, the things I have to do, the things I want to do, and then my symptoms. So if something happens on a particular day that's different, then I'll write it down in my daily planner. That way I'm tracking, if I'm out and about, what is going on. Another way to use your planner is in the habit tracker. Instead of listing habits, or in addition to listing habits, like did I walk today? Did I drink my water for the day? Did I make the bed? You can also list common symptoms. So for me, I get migraines regularly, spasms, chronic pain, and tingling. So I listed those and I marked off what days. So on this particular week, I had a migraine over the weekend. I had spasms at the beginning of the week and the end of the week. Chronic pain just on Wednesday. And chronic pain for me means that deep, intense pain. I get bone deep pain that medicine doesn't help. So I marked that off. And then tingling was pretty consistent. So I moved it from here to here. Used this different ink because it was really a lot going on that week. So you can use your journal, your planners to document what's going on. This one was a daily page, and I documented all the things I had to do, my scripture, and then on the back side, I wrote my symptoms. So that way, when I get home and I want to journal, I just take the information from my planner and I put it on my journal. And then this is just a quick sample of if you just use a regular old notebook. Doesn't have to be anything fancy. As you can see, I like to play with planners and journals. Just write down your symptoms. I did a bad job highlighting. Symptoms, meds, movement, and mindset, headache, meds. And this was today. I just did an example, but this actually happened today. I woke up with a headache this morning, and I took some Excedrin instead of my regular medicine because it felt like a headache and not a migraine. I took my morning meds. I took meds with dinner and bed. I don't know why I checked bed meds because I haven't done that yet, but I will. This morning I did my morning stretch, which I'm doing every morning because this whole body, y'all. And then I did a 20-minute gospel cardio that I watched on YouTube. I really like this channel. Let me know if you want information about that. And then mindset would be where I would journal for today. But of course, I'm going to use my journal page for today, which I have not finished. So I did my morning stretch, and I do this in the morning. I get up, fill out the first part, write my scripture. I use the same scripture for the whole week, just so I can start to learn or do better at learning scriptures and keeping them in my heart. So that's my scripture. This morning I did take my morning meds. I took my evening meds or dinner. I documented that I took the Excedrin. I did the morning stretch. I did my 20-minute, that's awful, gospel cardio. I'll journal about my day later. Pain level was none. I didn't have, well, I'll put low because I had the headache. Energy was pretty good. Symptoms, just a headache. No spasms or anything. Well, I did have some tingling earlier today, but it's intermittent, and one of the medicines I take is for that. And I was grateful for Excedrin. Y'all, I love me some Excedrin. And then just for me, I don't know yet. I might have to take care of that later. So I use stickers to decorate my journal just because I like to. And then this is the last sample. Like I said, just any old notebook. Don't judge me. I like stickers, but the last time I used this one was for daily, and I just wanted a small notebook in my purse. April 20th, I wrote down what I had to get done. I started documenting my meals, and I made a place for the symptoms, my scriptures. So you can use anything, y'all, to journal. It does not have to be this. If you're interested in this, yes, it's available, because I know there are a lot of people like me who love a journal that's already put together, easy fill in the blanks. But you don't have to be that fancy. Just do something to document. And I do want to say, document what's important to you. I've had clients who had actual binders for documentation because they had heart transplants. and all kinds of other things going on. So document what works for you. This is just to get you started. I hope you found this helpful. Let me know if you have any questions, if you need information about anything or any topics you want me to talk about as far as women learning to live with their diagnosis and mindsets. Just let me know, but don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and feel free to share if you so choose. Have a good one. Bye.